Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen, and today's video I wanted to share with you guys all of the books that I read in the month of May. So let's go ahead and get started. So in the month of May, I read a total of 4 books, and that's actually pretty average for me for a month because I'm a very slow reader, so I tend to read about a book a week. However, this turned out to be a fantastic reading month for me because all of the books that I read, I really loved, and I gave all of these books 5 stars. So the first book that I read was The Heart of Betrayal, which is the sequel. It's the second book in the Remnant Chronicles, and it is the sequel to The Kiss of Deception. And this follows Leah, our main character, as she goes on to a enemy territory. If you do not know what The Kiss of Deception is, it's about a princess named Leah. Her parents set up an arranged marriage for her, and she really doesn't want it. She wants to be in love with the person that she marries, so she ends up running away from her marriage. However, the prince that she kind of left behind at the altar, he goes after her, and so does an assassin that has been hired to kill her. This book was fantastic, this book, and usually when I read like the sequels to books, they kind of tend to fall in that second book slump. However, this was not like that. This book was so great. We find Leah in enemy territory, and she has to deal with a new bad guy, and it's so good. I would highly recommend you guys read the series. The third book has not been released yet. It is being released in August, but this has easily become one of my favorite series of all times. And the next book that I read is pretty much the book that everyone has read in the month of May, and it is A Court of Mist and Fury by Miss Sarah J. Maas, and this is the sequel to her A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy. And this book, I have no words. If you read The Court of Thorns and Roses and you did not like it, because I liked it, I gave it 4 stars, but I know that there were a lot of people who did not like it. There were some scenes in that book that were very uncomfortable. However, I would highly recommend it that you pick up this book, because this is the first time where I've read a second book, and I loved the second book way more than I loved the first book. This book was just so good. But we follow Feyre, who is the main character, and she is now at the night court. We find out a lot of the background on some of the main characters, and we are able to actually see what some characters are actually like, because on the first book they are one way, but in the second book we find out their actual personality, and it's just so good. I really love this book. I actually love this trilogy way more than the Throne of Glass series, because I enjoy the story more, and I enjoy the characters a lot more as well. And finally, the last 2 books that I read in the month of May, it's actually the first 2 books in a trilogy, and you guys probably know what this trilogy is, and I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, has already read it, and it is the Hunger Games trilogy. I read the first 2 books in the month of May, The Hunger Games and Catching Fire, and oh my god, I cannot believe it took me this long to read this book. It was just absolutely incredible. Definitely one of the best dystopians ever written, ever. If you've lived under a rock most of this time and you don't know what the Hunger Games is, it follows a corrupt society in which there was a war between the districts and the capital, and the districts lost. So now every year the districts have to provide 1 girl tribute and 1 guy tribute to the capital to fight in the Hunger Games, which is basically a fight to the death kind of thing. And it was so great. The second book, again, I loved way more than the first. This is the second time this has happened to me, with The Court of Mist and Fury being the first time, and then now this, which I just loved the second book because I just loved the character development. It was so amazing, and I love the relationship that develops between Katniss and Peeta in the second book. It is just so fantastic, and I cannot believe I waited this long to read. However, I will mention this is the first time that it's happened to me, but seeing the movies before I read these books definitely took away from the experience. This isn't the first time that I've seen the movies before I read the books. However, every time I read the books, even after seeing the movie, I've always enjoyed the books thoroughly, and I never regretted seeing the movies before. But this is the first time where I did regret seeing the movies before reading the books. I don't know why. I did enjoy the books immensely. However, I just felt like seeing the movies really definitely took away from the reading experience of these books. But I definitely did love it, and I gave each of these books 5 stars. Alright guys, so there is all of the books that I read in the month of May. I had a great reading month, as I said, because I really enjoyed all of the books that I read. Let me know in the comments down below what books have you read this month. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I hope to see you guys on my next video. Have a good day and keep reading. Bye!